Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you are doing good. Allow me to share with you some bits of information about the utilization of modules in English subject.
Okay, again, good morning everyone. In this presentation, I will be using the slides of Mr. Vicente Victorio Jr., our Education Program Supervisor in English. I have just added a few slides on it. The main objective of this talk is for us to know and become aware on the utilization of module in English. Its enabling objectives are to identify the different parts of the module and to differentiate its parts. Okay. Okay. As we all know, modules must be compliant with MELC, or most essential learning competencies. Let me give you a glimpse of the rationale of the most essential learning competencies. December of 2019, DepEd launched the Sulong Edukalidad as its battle cry to reform and achieve quality in basic education. As DepEd prepares for the curriculum review and update, we experience COVID-19. And so, DepEd took effort to reach our students despite this pandemic. As a result, they have released the most essential learning competencies. DepEd recognizes the needs to reform our curriculum and at the same time, because of this pandemic, the need for multiple learning modalities and platform to deliver education, they focus on the most relevant. Thus, the MELC or the most essential learning competencies was formulated. But we also have to take note that the release of milk is not just a response to address the challenges of the current pandemic, but it is also a part of department's long-term response to the call of Sustainable Development Goal number 4 to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all to develop a resilient education system, especially during emergencies. It is also a response to the findings that there are overlaps and congestions in the curriculum. We ourselves can attest to that the curriculum is so congested and there are many overlaps. Thus, the MELT is a way for us to revisit this particular curriculum and focus on the most essential understanding or competencies that we want our students to develop. Also, this is a reminder that it does not diminish the standards set by the full K-12 curriculum guides. MELC, or most essential learning competencies, actually acts as a guide for teachers as we address the instructional needs of the students while ensuring curriculum standards are maintained and achieved. Now, these are the most essential learning competencies for English subject. Quarter 1, Module 1. Grade 1 has no English subject on the first and second quarter, so we cannot see any competency here. Sa grade 1 kasi, third quarter pa nag-start yung English subject nila. For grade 2, the first competency, classify, categorize sounds heard. Animals, mechanical objects, musical instruments, environment, speech. For grade 3, describe one's drawing about the stories, poem listened to using simple and compound sentence. For grade 4, use resources such as dictionary, thesaurus, and online sources to find meaning of words. For grade 5, fill out forms accurately. School forms, deposit and withdrawal slips, etc. For grade 6, identify real or make believe. Now, what you are seeing on your screen is a weekly block plan. One module is good for 1 week. Now, what are the components of a weekly block plan? On the first row, we have the competency. On the second row is the objective. Third row is the modality or the strategy that you will use. And last row is the assessment. For every week, we have one scheduled synchronous class and several asynchronous. Later, Ma'am Lopez will discuss the difference between synchronous and asynchronous mode of learning. The sample module that I have here is intended for grade 4. The cover page of the module is composed of the name of the subject and the grade level, the title of the module, the number of quarter and module, and the competency that is supposed to be learned by the students. Teachers, we have to remind the students and the parents to read the instruction on how to use the module. Allow me to read how to use this module. Before you start answering the module, I want you to set aside other tasks that will distract you while enjoying the lessons. Read the simple instructions below to successfully enjoy the objectives of this kit. Have fun! Number 1, follow carefully all the contents and instructions indicated in every page of this module. Number 2, write on your notebook or any writing pad the concepts about the lessons. Writing enhances learning, which is important to develop and keep in mind. Number 3, perform all the provided activities in the module. Number 4, let your facilitator or guardian assess your answers. Number 5, analyze conceptually the post-test and apply what you have learned. And finally, number 6, enjoy studying. English modules have 8 parts. These are expectations, pretest, looking back, brief introduction, activities, remember, checking your understanding, and post-test. Now let us go over with it. So lesson 1, using a dictionary to find meaning of words. The first part is expectations. When we say expectation, these are what our students will be able to know after completing the lessons in the module. Allow me to read. In this module, you will learn how to use a dictionary to find meaning of words. Specifically, this module will help you to look up the spelling of words, find the syllable division in a word, pronounce an unfamiliar word, look up words using guide words, find meaning of words, Identify the different parts of a dictionary entry and find the pieces of information that you need, and answer and do related activities about the topic. After reading the expectation, they will answer the pretest. Though the pretest, through the pretest, we will be able to know if your students have an idea or prior knowledge regarding the topic. In this module, pretest has two parts. The first part must be answered by the student on his or her own. Let me read the direction. Use the dictionary entry to answer the questions. Write your answer on the last line. So this part will be answered by the student all by himself or herself. While in the second part, a help of a parent or guardian is encouraged. Let me read it. Collaboration, directions. With the help of your parent, alphabetize the words in the list found in the story. Write on the space provided the correct sequence of words. Okay, now the third part is looking back. This section will measure what learning and skills have you understand from the previous lesson. So, looking back is synonymous to review. Okay, so a dictionary is a book that provides definitions, spelling, pronunciations, etymology, parts of speech, guide words, and sometimes syllables of words. If you're not sure how to spell a word, a dictionary is a good place to start. Words are in alphabetical order, and guide words are at the top of the page to assist you in finding a word more easily. Okay, so this is the third part, which is looking back. Now, let us proceed to the next part, which is the brief introduction. This section will give you an overview of the lesson. Let us read. Brief introduction. Read the story before doing the dictionary skills activities. Tokne the Bully by Rodelio O'Ritual, MT2. One day, a boy named Tokne looked into the classroom of Mrs. Maranan in Matapat Elementary School. The class was quiet, answering activities given by the teacher. Tokne saw the teacher and he smiled at her. The teacher thought that he was just passing by with a good smile on his face. 5 minutes later, one pupil named Carlo came running to Mrs. Maranan crying. "What happened to you, Carlo?" asked Mrs. Maranan. Carlo narrated that he was bullied by Tokne. He was just going to the comfort room when suddenly Tokne, who came from inside, shouted at him, saying a nasty word. When Carlo did not react, Tokne pulled his t-shirt up. "What did I do to you?" cried Carlo. Then, after Tokne saw Carlo started crying, he just walked away as if nothing happened. What Tokne never knew was that there was a CCTV camera in front of the comfort room. Mrs. Manoloto, the principal, who was also monitoring what was happening on the different sides of the school, noticed the incident. She immediately told the nurse and the janitor to see the place. Mrs. Maranan told everything, and she let Carlo and Tokne go to the guidance office together with the nurse. Okay. Since the module has presented a text, it is just appropriate for it to be followed by comprehension questions for us to know if the students understood such text. So the question, comprehension, check off. Who was the bully? What did he do to Carlo? Who noticed the incident in the CCTV camera? What did the school authorities do to Tokne? Did Tokne change his bullying behavior? What did Tokne realize in his life? Is it proper to bully anyone? Why or why not? Okay, so that is the brief introduction. Next, activities. These are activities designed to develop critical thinking and other competencies. This can be done with or without a partner depending on the nature of the activity. Okay, in here, the student is asked to do something. Let us read the direction. Using a dictionary, find the following words used in the story and get the needed information to complete the table. Letter B, making a class book. Choose 15 words used in the story and write them in the book. Then write each word under the correct set of guide words given. Letter C, using your dictionary, look for the meaning of the following words found in the story. Write your answers in the box. So these are the activities. Next part is remember. This section summarizes the concepts and applications of the lesson. If you are thinking about generalization, yes, you are right. This part of the module is the generalization. Let me read. Dictionary terms, guide words, words found at the top of each page. The word on the left side indicates the first word found on the page. The word on the top right indicates the last word found on the page. Okay, so this is the remember part of the module. Next, checking your understanding. It will verify how you learn from the lesson. Let me read the direction. Draw one act of honesty you have done to your classmates. Write 5 words about your drawing. Write the meanings of the words below using your dictionary. That is checking your understanding. Last but definitely not the least, post test. This will measure how much you have learned from the entire module. Go back to the story Tokne the bully, pick out 10 words and use a dictionary to give the following information. Again, this is the post test. There is also a reflective learning sheet in this module. Reflection is a form of personal response to experience or new information. This is a processing phase where thinking and learning take place. This module was written by Dr. Rodelio Ritual, one of the master teachers here in SDO Manila. So, how do we assess the students based on the module? Parents may bring back the modules to school for checking and evaluation. Others, Other students may also opt to take a photo of their output and send it to their teachers through online platform in the event that they cannot bring the modules back to the school. So that's the new normal in education. Yes, this is something that is frightening because we are embarking into uncharted territory or the unknown. But we have to inculcate in the mind of our students that whatever we will be preparing for them, it is something that they will use and they will treasure not only because teachers says so, but also because this is for their own good. This is something they need to learn not only for the subject, but in order for them to be successful in life. This paradigm shift is necessary so we can continue education despite the current situation. So, again, thank you. I hope I have imparted something important to each and every one of you as we move forward to modular distance learning.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Stay safe and have a nice day.